do not label your emotion. Okay, the initial phase is don't think about and try to understand, okay, because that just takes it into the language center, takes you into the subjective interpretation of the energy versus the energy itself. What you want to do is turn off the language center and let it move you. And so if I'm feeling loneliness and I'm feeling like desire to connect, and it's just like, and this is happening. I'm not doing this. I'm stepping out of the way and letting feelings express through me, because the ego consciousness has ideas about what should be, could be, would be. That's not reality.
Well, that's going to be my question then, because I feel there might be so much program onto not feeling and the idea of how you should move while you feel, etc. How do you find that pure feeling and expression of your feeling?
Yeah, well, I think when your sensitivity increases through practice, that you'll understand the subtle nuances of your energy frequency. You might have heard people talking about Kundalini, Chi, life force, prana, and this is part of your desire energy. It's this, and it's something that you can do if you just try this. Pull, breathe, feel, and bring chills up, and your hackles come up, goosebumps through your arms. Just try. Just try to feel. Energy's there. It's right there. It comes through in waves, right? It's just like, whoa, fuck, I'm feeling so much now. And then it starts to dissipate and you can't do it very well, but it's a muscle that we flex. And so when we start to practice over time, there's something called incident dependent neuroplasticity, IDNP. What it speaks to is the supple nature of the root system of the mind. And that as you practice, the neural pathways adjust, create a structural shift that it tries to make it easier for you to do these things without even trying. So that structural shift enacts a functional shift where the mind, it's easier for you to feel. You're constantly feeling and expressing and being yourself is the most natural thing that you could ever do. And so it doesn't become any of those blockages and that stuff, that the stigma that we have around emoting starts to fall to the wayside when you create safe containers for the dark feminine to express through you. Then you can go, after you do all this toxic stuff moving, you can go into the beauty way practice. So that's the love of you, the love of life, the love of other people, and the gratitude, and start experiencing that as the dark and shadowy feelings as a pathway to the light ones. Because typically what we do now is we shun away from those challenging feelings, and they start controlling us from the shadows. Any of the things that you don't look at and express fully and understand are actually like a bit in your mouth, and it's like riding you like a horse and controlling the way that you behave. It's stopping you from living in your truth. It's stopping you from behaving the way you want to. It's contorting your reactions in social situations, in front of your clients, in front of your potential clients. And so once we learn how to embody that, and like we're not afraid of our shadows anymore and our dark feelings, we change our relationship to emotionality, and we find a pathway to the light that is sustainable, that lasts for a long time. It's not a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. It's something that sustains in our life. We actually feel love and light naturally without even having to try.